If you're a survivor of abuse, know this. Your feelings are valid, and none of what happened to you is your fault. Yet many survivors, and even those around them, struggle with misplaced blame. It's not uncommon for survivors to internalize this blame, believing they could have prevented what happened or that they somehow deserved it. These thoughts are deeply damaging and far from the truth. That's why we created this video, to shed light on the hidden impacts of abuse, specifically how it affects the brain. By understanding the biological changes that occur, we can break the cycle of shame, self-blame, and misunderstanding. Abuse, whether physical, emotional, or psychological, leaves lasting scars, many of which are invisible to the naked eye. While bruises and injuries may heal, the effects on the brain linger much longer. Trauma doesn't just hurt in the moment, it rewires the brain. These changes can affect how you think, process emotions, and build relationships. Abuse has profound effects on survivors, but science is giving us valuable insights. Let's explore how experts explain these changes, starting with the brain's response to stress. When you face abuse, your brain activates its survival mechanisms. The amygdala, often referred to as the brain's alarm system, becomes hypervigilant. Its role is to detect danger and trigger the fight-or-flight response, which is essential for survival. However, in cases of prolonged trauma, the amygdala doesn't turn off. Instead, it remains in overdrive, constantly scanning for threats, even when no real danger exists. This leaves you in a state of high alert, where feelings of fear and anxiety dominate your daily life. You might find it hard to relax, trust others, or feel safe, even in familiar settings. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, the brain's control center for decision-making, problem-solving, and emotional regulation, becomes less active. This imbalance creates a vicious cycle. While your amygdala keeps you on edge, your prefrontal cortex struggles to calm you down. As a result, you may find yourself easily startled, anxious, or unable to focus. Chronic stress doesn't just impact your ability to stay calm. It also affects your memory and ability to learn. The hippocampus, a part of the brain responsible for processing memories and learning new information, can shrink under prolonged stress. For many survivors, this manifests as blurry or fragmented memories of their experiences. You might struggle to recall details clearly or feel like parts of your memory are missing altogether. This has real-world consequences. For example, in legal cases, survivors may find it hard to provide detailed accounts of their trauma. Unfortunately, this is often misinterpreted as dishonesty, when in reality, it's a direct result of how trauma impacts the brain's ability to store and retrieve memories. Understanding these effects can help us approach survivors with greater compassion. Trauma is not just emotional, it's deeply biological. The way memories are stored or forgotten is part of the brain's effort to protect itself. When your brain becomes overwhelmed by trauma, it can go into survival mode in another way, by shutting down your emotions. This process, called emotional blunting, is a defense mechanism designed to protect you from overwhelming feelings like fear, guilt, or shame. While emotional blunting might offer temporary relief, it often leaves survivors feeling numb or disconnected. You may find it hard to experience joy or sadness, or feel detached from people you care about. Even after the abuse ends, this emotional numbness can persist, making it difficult to reconnect with yourself and others. If you're feeling this way, remember that you're not alone. Emotional blunting is your brain's way of coping, and with time and support, it is possible to heal. A study by Grun and Compass from Vanderbilt University shows that abuse can severely impair emotional regulation. This happens because trauma damages the prefrontal cortex, which plays a key role in managing emotions. Think of your brain like a car. When the brakes don't work properly, it's hard to stop. If the gas pedal gets stuck, the car may speed out of control. This is similar to what happens when the brain struggles to regulate emotions. As a result, you may experience sudden mood swings, going from calm to anxious, angry, or tearful without warning. At other times, you might feel completely numb, unable to react emotionally. These fluctuations make it challenging to navigate everyday life. Dr. Jamie Hansen's research highlights how trauma affects decision-making. Children who experience abuse often struggle in school, have trouble focusing, and may engage in risky behaviors. Similarly, studies by Malik and colleagues show that abuse survivors are more likely to turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms, such as substance use, self-harm, or reckless behavior. These actions are often attempts to escape emotional pain or regain a sense of control. This is because the brain, overwhelmed by trauma, prioritizes quick reactions over thoughtful decision-making. While this can be a survival mechanism during abuse, it can lead to harmful patterns when the trauma is over. Survivors of abuse frequently experience chronic sadness, feelings of emptiness, and a lack of motivation, key symptoms of depression. Anxiety is also common, with many survivors constantly worrying or feeling on edge, even in safe situations. These aren't fleeting emotions. For some, they develop into serious mental health disorders, including PTSD, eating disorders, and even suicidal thoughts. Studies show that abuse significantly increases the risk of these conditions. The brain is remarkably adaptable. While trauma can have profound effects, it is possible to heal. With the right support, such as therapy, safe relationships, and self-care, your brain can begin to recover. Healing takes time, and there's no single path forward. But understanding how abuse impacts the brain is a powerful first step toward reclaiming your mental health. If you're a survivor of abuse, remember this: it is not your fault, you are not alone, and help is available. Reach out to trusted loved ones or seek professional support when you're ready. How can we better support those dealing with the hidden impacts of trauma? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on mental health and healing. Click on the subscribe button for more content. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourselves.